Have you ever felt that sinking feeling when you know you have to go to work in 10 minutes, but you still have that assignment due in 2 hours, but then that professor is also breathing down your neck telling you to put down your phone or whatever? Or maybe you just lost your best friend because they've moved far away, or because they've just decided to cut all contact with you? Well, you're in luck. Today on Modern Monsters, we're going to be discussing the Shapeshifter, the one that decides to take all these forms and more. With me today, I have 5 survivors of this terrifying beast. Johnny, would you like to start off?
So, Johnny, my form of the creature goes by the one that takes, and it's just the whole relationships that you have, you gain during the whole schooling period of high school, and you end up just, eventually losing them because of that transition phase to college.
So, I'm Veronica, and my monster goes by the Withering Monarch, which is work because once
work is stressful, basically. Because work is stressful.
Yes, it's stressful, and then a college student often has to balance schoolwork and work, which is very stressful.
And I'm Nicole, and my Shapeshifter goes by the Heart Eater, which is basically students, and it takes the form of the workload, the difference in the workload from high school to college that can cause students to be unmotivated.
I'm Sebastian, and the name that my monster takes is He Who Has Authority. Basically, it's about high school students going through the transition to go to college, and basically how college professors are a lot more different than high school teachers.
Lastly, I'm Eric, and my form of this shapeshifter kind of takes on the name of the creature that stalks, mainly due to how it embodies this form of depression and how it's always kind of creeping up on a student and how it's kind of always there and kind of ruining, I guess, the lives of most students in this transition.
So this monster originates from the mind of each person. It's similar to the boogeyman, except not really. The only difference is that it's just one singular entity, but it seems it's many entities, but it seems like one specific for each person.
Like how you're saying about the boogeyman. The boogeyman, we all think it's just one, but it affects a lot of people. What's different about this monster is it takes different forms for each person, even though it's still that same creature.
And the fact that it takes on these different forms is just it's just its ability. I don't know. So far, all we know about it is that it has these 5 different personalities that it likes to take shape of, and each one is completely different from the last, and each one has its own set of unique abilities and tactics and powers that it
uses to terrorize students. Mostly, this is focusing on students, their transition, mainly high schoolers to college students. That whole transition is a very terrifying stage in most lives, and it's sort of this creature kind of preys on those feelings alone and gains most of its, I guess if you want to call it, power from the emotions that we emit in that time of our lives.
Well, not only are its abilities different from each other, but its physical appearance is also very different from each one. I know some of it stands up to at some point, right, Sebastian? Was your friend?
Yeah,
it stands on its hind legs.
It stands up to show how much authority it has over.
Does anybody, or you experts, give me a hand here? Does it take a form of any kind of monster? Like a dog or something like that?
Yeah, with the one who stalks, it's almost on all fours and in the way that it moves, and it's kind of just almost like a terrifying creature that you will find in the forest, something that you are constantly afraid of at night, something that you won't go out and search for because it's just it's going to kind of destroy you and feast on you.
I mean, for the one who takes, I kind of see it as it's kind of like your own shadow, and it sees your loved ones and it kind of just pulls it into its own shadow. It takes it away from you. Yeah, it kind of just engulfs everything that you really care about. And, like I said, relationships that you started.
That's pretty scary.
Life's scary.
Well, especially if you're gonna be the one that's like getting involved. Because you're like, we'll save that part for later. I'll ask that later. Does anybody have anything that they want to say really quickly before we get personalized with these episodes?
No, I think we're good on that. Good on this. Everything else will be touched on.
Yeah,
later.
Sure. Yeah, got
So
many questions in store, and we'll see everybody on episode 2 of Modern Monsters.